Pizza stabbings. What you got to say about that?
I don't know. Sounds crazy. Pizza stabbing? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Do you think that this pizza stabbing behind a $2 tip is more to the story than what meets the eye?
I don't know. Something's not right. I don't know. There's always more to the story. You hear that there's 3 sides, right?
Yeah. What's the 3 sides?
Their side, the other person's side, and the truth.
Welcome to the Pen and the Shank, where this time I got my first ever guest, and it is my beautiful and lovely wife. Yes, she usually doesn't like to talk about prison and crime related things. It's not her favorite thing to discuss with me. She knows my past and where I've been and everything, and it's not her favorite thing to usually, talk about with me. But we discuss it. We talk about everything. But here she is on the Pen and the Shank. And we decided to talk about this case where in Ocala, Florida, I think is how you say it. I'll put the spelling at the bottom of the screen, where at this point, I think everybody who's watching has already heard or has watched multiple videos on the woman who stabbed another woman behind a $2 pizza tip in Florida. Why does it always got to be Florida? That's the first thing I'm thinking about. Man, at this point, you haven't learned your lesson, man. You can't do no crimes in Florida because you're going to go to jail. The Florida government don't play that. Ron DeSantis don't play that. Sheriff Grady don't play that. I know this is in a different county, but still, all in all, if you do something like this in Florida, it don't matter who your lawyer is. You're going to jail.
It's not good. Just
so
don't do it.
This is the story, right? At this point, I'm sure you heard about it. We're going to run over it again, and me and my wife are going to discuss what should happen and what we think about this story and, the craziness about it, because it is craziness. Let's be real. Honestly, all these stories are crazy. So a lady named Melinda Irizarry, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. And listen, as we talk about the story, she's the victim. One thing on the Pen and the Shank that we always do is we always give respect to the victims. Because remember, the victims are the ones who went through something that they shouldn't have went through. She went through something she wouldn't have went through. And her 5-year-old daughter was there as well as she was also pregnant, and her husband was there, or her boyfriend was there as well. So they order a pizza. Pizza comes supposedly very late, to the point to where the pizza's cold and the chicken wings are cold. So we all know that feeling. When you order pizza and the chicken wings and the pizza are cold, you're not happy.
Nope.
You only want to pay for the meal, much less a tip. So supposedly the meal was around $33. The pizza delivery girl gets there. The lady who's ordering the pizza, Melinda, she gives the pizza delivery person, from what I saw in the articles, 2 20s and a 10.
From what she recounted herself, she said she gave the lady 2 20s and a 10,
which is $50 on a $33 thing. Why did she give it a 2 20s? Yep,
something's off.
So the pizza girl decides to walk off, and as she's walking off, they say the Melinda says to the pizza girl, whose name is Brianna Alvelo, she's the one who's also been arrested. So she says, "Where's my tip money? I mean, my tip money. Where's my change?" And she says, "Oh, we don't give change." Man, you don't give change. So there's a bunch of funny stuff going on already.
Yes.
I think this is shady as could be. It's at the Rivera Motel, and it's late at night. This is probably the latest that you can possibly order a pizza. And so she's ordering this pizza very late.
Yes.
And so she's like, "We don't give no tip money." Whatever happened, she winds up giving her the change back. I don't know if she had to go to her car, go back, get change, or she made change and got the change, and she decides to give the woman a $2 tip. So supposedly about 40 minutes later, the offended pizza delivery girl, whose name is Brianna, comes back. Now, supposedly Melinda, her kid, and the boyfriend, after 40 minutes and ate the pizza, and they all laid back in the bed sleeping. They hear a knock at the door. How many of us go to bed 40 minutes after eating pizza? I don't know. I mean, it could be, right?
I don't know.
So she comes back to the door, and when she comes back to the door, she's like, "Who could it be? Could it be the hotel maintenance people or something?" This is the stuff she's saying. And when she looks in the door, she sees 2 people standing, their back face toward the peephole, toward the door. So she can't see who they are. So she kind of cracks the door, and that's when the one of the perpetrators put their foot in the door, who was the pizza delivery girl, Brianna. She puts her foot in the door, kicks the door in. So they kick the door in. The dude got a gun. He got a gat. So he lays him down. He goes in there, says, "Get back." The boyfriend who's in there, He puts him in the bathroom, and I'm speed rushing the story because you know it by now, but we get into the crazy stuff. So he got him held up at pistol point, and it got the man in the tub, get in the tub. So the two women in there with the little girl in between the beds. Next thing you know, things get crazy and somebody gets stabbed in their back. She said it felt like air came out. Come to find out from the reports I read, she does have a punctured lung. Yes. So that makes sense on why she felt air come from her body. She heard the sound of air. Well, she's bleeding. She gets a fighting. So the pizza delivery girl, she's mad now. $2? How dare you give me $2? Shank, 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 shank. So what do you got to say about that? Where are we at? So in this part of the story,
you have the daughter who's watching this all take place, and you have the young lady who's getting stabbed. She's pregnant, and she's in fear of her life. She doesn't know if she's going to survive this ordeal. So it's a very, very traumatic, stressful, and scary situation for everyone, because she doesn't know if she should fight back, because she feels like if she fights back, then her partner or her husband might get shot. So she doesn't fight back, even though she wants to. She doesn't know what to do. And so she's getting stabbed.
The daughter, she says she pushed the daughter on the bed, right?
Yep, she pushed the daughter on the side. And she's getting stabbed. And she's like, she doesn't know whether or not she's going to make it through this horrific ordeal.
So she gets stabbed, I think they said 14 times, 14 times?
Over 14 times.
Over 14 times she's stabbed. She's in the hospital. Mm-hmm. She gives an interview from the hospital, right? Yes. I don't know how, because she said that the pizza delivery girl and the other assailant who had the pistol, they both had ski masks on. So I don't know how they eventually traced it back to her. Maybe it was through the car. I didn't get that point in any of the stories I saw. But eventually they found out that it was Brianna Alvelo, who's a 22-year-old pizza delivery girl. They actually arrested her back at the pizza place. So she went planned and plot, got this dude involved. He came with the pistol. She just jigged somebody up. Then she went back to work, put her pizza suit back on, and she was getting ready to deliver next pizza when the police kicked in the door and put cuffs on her. Right? So it
doesn't seem like the crime justifies the reason.
It seems like an overreaction, right?
Right.
But now we're also talking about in a world where every day on the news there's a crazy overreaction, right?
Right.
So the first thing you think that is like, this could be real, right? I mean, people are getting burned on subways, right? People are getting hackled and heckled on subways. You can't drive down the street with having a bumper stick on the back of your car to offend somebody, and they might ram into your car. You don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know.
Because people are unhinged across the board.
Yeah. So it's possible that could have happened, or there could be more to the story. Do you think there's more to the story?
I definitely think there's more to the story. And as my wife was mentioning, as we was watching, and the first thing that she said as she's watching, she's like, yeah, when she saw who the victim was and she saw the suspect and she heard the victim's story, her antenna automatically went up, and like, it just seems like there's something more here. And so if our gut reaction tells us that there's something more here, there usually is something more. We're not the only ones who think there's something more. It seems like a lot of social media.
However, the victim did not deserve what she got. She did not deserve what happened to her. No one deserves to be treated that way. So she did not deserve that at all. I want to say that right now. That's hard.
No matter what went down.
No matter what went down behind the scenes, some parts being left out, other things may have happened, other things may not have happened. It may be just as she recounted it. Maybe it did happen that way, but she didn't deserve to be stabbed.
I don't think she did neither.
Towards her body. Now she has to deal with that trauma. Her daughter has to deal with that trauma. Her unborn baby in her womb has to process that trauma as well. And the partner as well has to process the trauma. So, but I'm hoping for the whole entire family that they get delivered out of their circumstances, so that they won't have to experience these kind of incidences, and they can get in a healthy environment where they can thrive and they can be happy. And
such as an apartment, right? Or a long-term housing, right? As opposed to a motel.
Right.
And I know this is my wife. She usually doesn't come on here, but I'm going to have to tell her, speak up so that y'all can hear her. Speak up, wife. So what you're saying is they just shouldn't have to live, when you're living a life at the Rivera Motel, usually the Rivera Motel, the Dew Drop In, the Honey Drop In, these places are are hotbeds for crazy activity, right? Drug dealing, prostitution, fighting, partying, gambling, whatever you could imagine. So they were already in a bad environment. Hey, listen, we've all been on bad luck. We've been on bad luck as well. Sometimes you got to stay where you can stay. But that being said, I still feel like there's possibly more to this story. Was there a possible drug deal that was gone bad and somebody owed somebody else money and that these people actually knew each other? It's possible. I don't think that they knew each other, but that doesn't mean that they could have came in contact through a connect saying, hey, look, she got this or he got that. He can deliver it. And there was more money involved than what meets the eye. That being said, even then, the person still don't deserve to be stabbed. And the person who did the stabbing, the shanking, she's getting what she deserved. They charged her with attempted murder. They charged her with kidnapping. They charged her with kidnapping with intent with a weapon or something like that. So she's got a long list of charges. In the state of Florida, I'm sure each one of them carry 10, 20, 30 years per. So what do you think about situations like this? Do you think that the law is right to hit her with all the hardest possible charges that they can get her with?
Yes.
You got to speak loud.
Maximum sentence. I agree.
Yeah.
I think she should. I mean, it was premeditated as well, right? Because she went there, she did what she did, and then she left and came back with someone and committed this crime. So it was premeditated. She had someone come with her who had a weapon, right? And so yes, I think she should be charged with what charge is it?
She got attempted murder, which is the worst charges out of all of them, and kidnapping. Those two alone will send her to jail.
So how does she get the kidnapping? Oh, because they were accosted when they were
when they went home. They wasn't able to leave. When you hold somebody by gunpoint and knife point,
got it.
Right. So that's how they got the kidnapping. Wow. And so you got to think too, this isn't just one count of kidnapping. This is 3 counts of kidnapping. It's her daughter, her partner, and her, right? So that's 3 counts of kidnapping, and then obviously it's 1 count of attempted murder, which those charges alone, even the state of Louisiana where we at, that's enough to get you 50, 60 years in prison. Easily. So I know in Florida, I feel like Florida's dishing out harsh justice even more so than Louisiana. So the likelihood that this 22-year-old girl ain't getting out of prison till she's in her 50s or 60s is highly likely, very likely. And we can't feel bad for her. You can't be going around doing this. Moral of the story is this. When you're ordering pizza or you're going on the subway or you're doing anything, you really got to be careful, right?
You have to be aware of your surroundings. You got to be careful. Yes. Sometimes I feel like, oh my goodness, I don't even know if it's even good to even go out to watch a movie because you don't even know what's happening. But what I do is I pray over me, I pray over my husband, and I plead the blood of Jesus over us, that God will protect us and keep us, and that no harm will come to us. Because you have to be prayed up and you have to be covered in prayer before you go out these days, because people are just, you don't know what's going on in people's minds.
They crazy, huh?
Yes.
Do you think, now that this case is over,
I don't like ordering delivery pizza anyway, because I find that when I order pizza, it's never hot. It's never on time. So I just quit ordering pizza. No more DoorDash, no more delivery. Either we go in to eat or we go and we do a pickup or carry out. Right. So I don't even do delivery.
Because if you pick it up, you can get it when it's coming fresh out the oven.
Yeah, I don't even do DoorDash any of that.
So do you think she was fair to give the lady a $2 tip with cold wings and cold pizza?
Yeah.
You think $2 tip was enough?
I mean, I did Uber delivery, and there were times when I didn't get any tips.
And you delivered the food fresh, hot.
Yeah.
And still didn't give you nothing. Yeah. So that being said, listen, everybody's working hard. Everybody's struggling. You don't have to give nobody a tip. It ain't guaranteed.
No,
and if you're doing that type of job, it's not guaranteed neither. You got to believe in yourself and just keep pushing on to the next one. But you can't stab nobody behind your pizza or behind your dope, whatever the ulterior motive was. Now this little girl's going to need counseling. And who knows? She's the true victim in it. She had to watch her mom get jugged up. And the dude who was standing in the shower at gunpoint, I don't know if he's a coward. I don't know what his story is. But he had to hit a pistol to him, so it's hard to say. Maybe he was thinking smart. He said, look, if I start reacting, this can get real bad real quick. So maybe he did do the right thing. So we don't want to knock him neither. But this was a bad situation altogether. But Brianna Alvelo, I got this little, you stupid 22-year-old dummy. You going to where? Jail, jail, jail. Jail. You're supposed to say that with me.
Oh.
We do it all the time, but yeah, you froze up on the camera.
Because you're getting too intense. I don't like it.
Oh.
I don't like it. It's too aggressive.
Well, where's she's going?
Jail.
Do you think she should go to jail? We do have to talk loud. That's why I'm talking loud, because people aren't going to be able to hear us. But I have to. They can't hear us if we talk low. I've done this enough times to know.
You can talk loud, but you don't have to scream, get all crazy, and call people stupid.
You're talking way too low right now.
All right. She should go to jail. Is that loud enough?
We'll see when we record this. If it's too low, I won't be able to post it. But if you're watching
but you
it...
can edit it, right?
I can edit it, but what good is it going to be edited? I can't add extra voices to you.
Well, I've been talking loud throughout the whole thing.
Okay, we'll see when I'll go back and do it. So are you going to come back on the channel again?
Yes, I am.
On the Pen and the Shank?
I will.
You got, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you got to share, right?
Yes, there is a lot.
I
want to be on here with you. I want to support you, and I'm excited to have our next talks. And I'm excited for us to use a microphone so I don't have to raise my voice all the time.
Yeah, we do have a mic. We got some big things coming to the Pen and the Shank. But thanks for watching. Give us a like and subscribe. This was the first ever time that me and my wife got together on the Pen and the Shank. She's my first guest ever on this channel. We're going to have a lot more guests coming in the future. And we kind of just ad-lib this thing and put it together. We know it's kind of the way it is. But that's what makes it good, right? It's like we're having a discussion over coffee and you're just hanging out and you're talking to people at work. She just stabbed me over comments. It wasn't even a $2 tip.
I was trying to tickle you. I was trying to tickle you.
Tell the people thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching Pen and the Shank, and we'll see you next time. And I will speak louder for my husband, and we are going to have a great time discussing our Pen and the Shank content.
Yes.
See you next time.
See you next time. And you know what? Don't commit no stupid crimes.
You will go to jail.